Hello, hello, hello. This is Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts, and we are here to work on the fall journal. You caught my little video about stitching. That's what I was doing this weekend. These are some of my cover materials. And this is where I'm at with the inside of the front cover. Now, I'll explain to you what this is. It is a Tyvek envelope. When I ordered them, they were all supposed to be white. Mine did not come back white. Mine came in black. Oh boy, I said. I don't really like that, but that's okay. I'm going to make it work. So what I did to make it work, because I felt like the black might show through a little bit, I just took these and turned in my corners. This is noisy. Turned in my corners with the Tyvek, so, you know, it might rip a little here and there where the seams are, but it's pretty strong. And I turned it inside out. Then I took my handy dandy bone folder and carefully poked my corners back out. There's one. Started straightening it back out. And came around and carefully poked that one out. There we go. Okay, and then I measured it accordingly to my book. But I'm going to cut this one the same as this one. So, to do that, I'm just going to measure this way, Carol. Oh, don't move it, Ange. Don't move it. Okay. So I marked it off according to the size of my book. And I just folded it over my book and kind of measured with, you know, each side. And then after I got it measured, I realized it was still too wide, so I cut it off some more. So kind of flatten this out good. And then I just am using this cutter. Ta-da! And then we need to measure this way. So I'm just going to set this one on top of here and measure it. Give it a pencil line right there. Bring over my cutter. And it should just fit in here. Okay, now you do want to make sure it's kind of flat. And I just cut that off. Now, it is Tyvek, so it kind of has like the threads running through it. So sometimes you do have to go ahead and cut through them. And then what I did was I took my glue, and I don't know how well I will glue, but I just stuck it on the inside. Gluing the inside, not perfectly, because I'm going to sew around it. And then I started over at one side and lined it all back up. And just put that inside there to dry. Whew, that's almost done. So, did that. Then I thought, well, now this is going to show. I don't want it to show, and I want it to be a little bit stronger. I need to put this down. It's not down all the way. So I'm just going to show you this part, and then I'm going to sew the other one. So then I took a piece of straw paper because it's a fall journal. Let's use this color. And I cut this. It's too long, but that's okay. I just lined it up on the edge here and cut them. And I cut 4 of them. Almost there. One more. One more. And then we have an extra. That can go over there. And then I took each one of these and I folded it in half. I'm just kind of catching you up onto where I'm at. And then I put this around the edges. Just put that in there, like so. And I'll trim that off if I need to. And I'm not putting a lot of glue in here because, like I said, I'm going to be sewing this. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I'm going to sew the inside first and hide the sewing lines, I think. I'm not sure, but I think so. And then I just flipped it over. Made sure it was lined up good. You have a little wiggle room because the Tyvek is a little slippery. Trim these off. Like that. I did both ends first, just because I kind of like things evened up, even though you don't need to. Ooh, get over here. See that okay? Okay. Okay. This one's a little harder to do because the envelope has been opened on this end. Just got glue on the handle of my sewing scissors. I'm going to put those over there so I don't use them on paper. Well, I'm trying to stick very close to the edge because I don't want the book to be big, the cover to be bigger than I'm planning for. I don't want it to scoot back out a 1/4 of an inch or anything. Oops, cut that one wrong. Look at that. Angela. Okay. And then I went down to the bottom. And I lined up the end. Made sure that was shoved up there nice and close. So this is a good way to hide your inner workings of your journal cover if you're going to just lay fabric over top and bottom and not fold it over. This is a good way to hide that white edge or whatever edge you got showing. And I am pushing that kind of hard. I want it to get in right along the envelope. I'm going to cut this in the right direction this time. Whoops. I'm still cutting it crooked. It's not straight right there. I should have just cut the other way. There we go. Okay. And then, of course, we have to do the bottom. So, originally I was just going to do the front and back and not fold over. But then I found some fabric that would work for me to fold it over. I'm not folding the front over. I'm going to fold the back over. And then I'm going to stitch it together. So I'll show you that in just a minute. Well, I'm not going to show the sewing, I don't think. Because I don't have my other machine over here yet. When we start sewing pockets and stuff, I'll bring it over. Not my big machine. It's too heavy. Okay. And there are, you know, it's loose here and there, but like I said, I'm going to sew it. Okay, so there we have the top of our envelope done. And then I did go ahead and glue some of this down on the other one, but I have to glue a little more. No, I glued it all because I put the back cover on it. The inside cover on it. Okay, so that is, oh, did I not do this one? Guess not. Not even lined up. I thought I glued it. Oh. So now I'm going to glue it crooked. Come on, glue. Okay. Now, that is just glued down so that I can sew it. Now, this will be another journal cover if I make a second fall journal. So, there we go. We've got that one. I set it over there to dry. And then what I did was I went and ironed a piece of fabric and I laid it down behind it. So this is the inside of the journal. And it's, the words go this way and that way, so it worked out okay. I might have done it different next time, but this time I'm doing it this way. So then I decided that I needed to make my corners look nice. Why do we do this stuff to ourselves, huh? So I'm carefully pulling this right in on the corner, and I'm going to make sure I line up my fabric a bit, just so that it makes a nice folded corner. And then I'm just going to finger press that. Okay, and let's go do this last one. And I am squishing this glue down, and you probably know why. Because I don't want it to seep through. I don't want to do that crooked. I really do want to try and, you know, get my corners on there straight so that it'll fold out neatly, I hope. I hope. Okay, and then of course I'm going to sew it right through there. Tapping that glue down a little bit. And really, right here, it's not going to matter because it will be covered. So, pulling my corner in neatly. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to come over to this side. And I'm going to do the same thing. So starting at my corner. This one's a lot smaller over here, so I don't know how it will work, but I'm going to cross my fingers and hope it works. And bringing this one in. Okay. Whoops. I left that on its side, but that's not going to work. I'm going to go ahead and glue this little piece down up here just so it stays glued after I get the top cover on. Somewhere in here I'm going to sew, and it will show through on this side, but once I get the cover on, I'll probably have to glue the cover on. I don't know, I gotta think about this now. It's not gonna go like I thought. Oh, no. Now what do I do? I guess I wasn't thinking about, well, I'm kind of gluing this, so really, what I was thinking wouldn't really work anyway. Okay, so those are not going to come right together like I wanted. Cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Up to the sky. I wanted them to come together, but you know, it's okay. They don't have to. It doesn't matter. This is going to be hidden here. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, my needle. That wouldn't be a good thing to leave in, would it? I don't know why that didn't, you know, fold even there. I guess maybe the envelope is, or maybe I measured it wrong. Don't know. I can't answer the question. Okay. So there we go. Now let's work on the top part. So this is going to be my top part. This. And what I need to do is cut some of this to go up here. Like that. And some down here. And then I don't think I need to put it on the sides, on the ends here. But I do need it to be on top and bottom. And then it'll get trimmed down once it's once it is on the, I think this might be my straight edge here. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to just I only need about 2 inches top and bottom. Okay, I'm going to have to use my new mat. I didn't really want to. This is not a science. It's not an exact science. I thought that was the nice cut edge. I don't know. I don't know. It just has to be somewhere in there. Rolling straight off to the other 2-inch mark. And then we'll cut another one. I hope I did it at 2 inches. I thought I did. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay. So, decision time. Should it be on the sides and the top? Or am I okay just to put it on the top and bottom? I think I'll just go top and bottom, guys. So I just want to sew those together so that they fit this. But first, we're going to have to cut off one end and then the other. And then I think what I'll do is, after I sew that, that's going to leave a lump, isn't it? If I sew it. I mean, I could. Could I? Could I do it that way and piece it? I don't want to. Even if I sew it this way, it's going to give me a bit of a lump there. But I think that's better than the other option. What I would have to be sure to do would be to get this even in here. So I have almost 5.5 there. And over here I have 5 5/8. How do we do it, guys? How do we do it? I might have to rethink this. That might have to be the outside. I mean, it makes a nice outside cover, doesn't it? Might have to put paper on the inside. Oh, yeah, it's close, but it does fit. Isn't that pretty? I mean, this, or I could just cut a piece of paper and glue it down, and on the front here, I'm thinking on the front we'll just cut this out and make it just a little bit lighter. We'll sew that on there so that we can put something on it. We could do that on front and back. Now, do we want yellow or orange? The yellow kind of calms it down a little bit, doesn't it? Or, look, we could do it this way. And just glue that on there. I kind of like that, guys. What do you think? I don't really like the blue on this, but I just didn't have anything to use that was a good fall fabric. That New York is bothering me. There, it's in the right place now. And that covers up a lot of the blue. And I like that better. I don't mind this. I'm glad you're here planning with me because I wouldn't know what to do. Okay, so I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll do a wrap like that. So we'll sew it evenly between there. Give it a little glue. I think I'll pull it just a little off the front and back so that I can cut that with the pinking shears. Who is this pinking shears? Anyway, don't know her. 5/8. Ooh. Very close. It's a very close 5/8. I think the most important part is that it's semi-even top to bottom. Oh, that's 1/2 inch. So this must be wider down here. It is 7 and 15, well, it's 8 inches. What's this one? Ooh, not 8 inches. It's really about the same. Let's see. Let's even it up. Let's do our kind of measuring. It's even. The envelope is crooked. It's a crooked envelope. Okay. Going like that. I'm going with it. And we're going to pink and cheer them. We're going to get out the pinky shears. Okay. I'm going to sew it. That's why I'm not too concerned. I think for a closure, I'm just going to put a an eyelet in. That's my thought. I thought an eyelet would be very easy. But I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be hard. And what I'll do is sew this down before I put the paper on the other side. That will make sense. Now it makes sense to me. Oh, there's that glue I've been trying to get off my finger. Excuse me. Got a little cough. Don't mean to cough in your ear. Yeah, this side of the envelope looks like it's just a little wider down here. Okay. I buy my wool online. I bought quite a bit of it. I can't remember who I bought it from, but I buy it at Etsy. Okay, so I'm going to sew this down first before I take the pinking shears to this edge here. We could have pinked up here, but I don't think we need to. Oh, this is going to be so cute. It's not really even, but I think it's okay. I think so. I can have that pen back now, thank you. Okay. I kind of wanted to use this anyway. We might even use that. We'll see. We would pink around that too. The reason is just because I think it would look cool on the front cover like that. Okay. So, I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to sew it, and then I'll come back. See you in a few. Okay, I'm back. This part is dry. This part's dry. And I've cut a piece for the front, for the inside. And to get it to go clear to the edge, I'm going to have to cut it in the center and use some fabric down the center to make it reach side to side. I don't know. Does that make sense? Excuse me. Okay, so this should be 12 inches. So if we cut it at 6, which is right here, that paper is slightly crooked. Oh, I know why. Because I had to cut it at the angle of the envelope, and it was slightly wider on one end than the other. That's why. Okay, now let's see if I am going to have to trim off a little extra. Right in here. Now this is all going to be glued. Now this, except for around this edge here, that will be sewn and glued. Okay. So I think I could remove a little more of this because we're going to have that fabric in there. If there's a big F here. If we, I'm going to cut off, what, a 1/2 inch? That's 1/4. There's a 1/2. Okay, 1/2 inch. I hope it's right. Oh, I think I cut it off the other side. Oh well, doesn't matter. Does not matter, Ange. Okay. 1/2 inch on both sides. So first I'm going to sew a little bit on the front. And then we will install this stuff, but before we install it, let's do our inking so we don't forget. I don't really need it down along this edge because I'm going to put, oh, what am I going to do? Forgot. Oh, I'm going to put fabric on it, just to secure the center a little better. But like I said, there's a big what if there. What if it's too thick? So then I will have to pick a lighter fabric to go there, which, you know, I'll go to my raggedy fabric because I love it. Or we could go with this. Throw together an eclectic cover. And this. Now, I'm not too worried about the corners here showing because I will put corner protectors on. Now I really do want this yellow to show up to bring this into the pinky red. So I am a little heavy-handed with the yellow. More so than I have been. Yeah, that will work. I'm doing this side anyway, just because it makes me feel like, well, if anything shows, at least it's inked and won't look out of place. Yellow over there, reddish color over there. Okay, so the trial is, if we use this in the center, is it going to be too fat and make the signature pop out? That's my question I'm trying to answer right now. I think it's going to be okay. Okay, we'll go for it. Okay, so I am going to go and stitch this across here with, I don't know what kind of stitch yet. I was thinking about using similar to what I used on the inside, like maybe this swirly one. You can see it better from this side. That. Or I could use the leaves like I did here. The other ones are done with a crazy stitch, a meandering stitch, or whatever you call them. I can't remember. So I'll go see what I can come up with. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So it's hard to see, but it is like a maple leaf in there. I did it right along the edge, and because of this is a wool, I had to take a sharp, long tool, and as it was sewing through, I had to keep tucking the fabric back in. So it did get a little frayed and stuff, but you know, I'm okay with that because it's a junk journal, you know, and not that junk journals can look junky, of course not. We do our best to keep them looking in prime condition, but I think that it gives it, I don't know, a character, I guess, is what I'm thinking of. So let's go to the inside. Now we know that this is the down, even though that's upside down. This is the down part. So I'm going to, this is not, yeah, this is the inside. I'm going to write down and up. Okay, so first I want to put these in. We're going to go corner to corner, edge to edge, and try to make it even here. And then when I go and sew it, then I will sew this part as well. I'm not going to sew the center part. We're going to stitch it in anyway. Okay, so let's do this part. And I don't know how long I've had you here, but here we are. So I hope everybody's doing well today. I don't know if I asked that earlier. I could put the piece down for the center first, but I kind of want it to be, I want it to be over the edge of this one. So that is why I'm not doing that. Now the bad thing about sewing on the top to get to the bottom. This side will probably look really bad, but hey, it is what it is, and I am good with that. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. I know, orange and pink, right? And blue. This fabric would have gone really nicely with that other fall paper, because it had a lot of blue in it. But I didn't want to have to run out of town to get fabric, you know. Didn't want to do that. Okay, let's put this one over here. I think we're good. Put your apples right side up. Yeah, after my big mistake on that one journal. Wow. Sewed the whole cover wrong. You notice I'm sewing the cover first to save myself some heartache. I'm decorating the very front of the cover last, though, because otherwise it gets too bulky. And the other thing about decorating it right off the bat is if you're moving the journal around to put ephemera in it and stuff, it can get kind of dirty. So that's why I'm choosing to do it that way. Okay. So I'm not too concerned about the sides, maybe coming up a little bit right now. The corners, we're going to put corner protectors on, and the sides will be sewn. So hopefully, you know, it will stay laid down onto that Tyvek. Sure feels good. Ooh, feels very good. Okay. So this is going to go in here. I don't need it that wide, but I would like it, I don't know, maybe about that wide. What do I have over there? I have about 3/4 of an inch there. So if I went 3/4 there, to right there, and that is 2 3/4. 2 3/4. There's it there. I don't need it that long, do I? No, I don't. So we'll cut it off there a little bit. It's kind of stretchy, so, you know, it makes it a little difficult to work with. Oops, I cut it crooked. Well, I knew I'd do that. It's just what I do. Okay, we got it. That'll work. Now, here to there. Really, I should be using my Oh, I cut it off. Yay me. Yay me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2 3/4. Oh, let's go this way. Right about there. How about them cookies? So, of course, I keep moving it. There. Look at that. So pretty. And if we have some sticking out, we will chop it off with the pinking shears. What do you think? Gonna be okay? Now, I do want to get this one glued down pretty good because only the top is going to get sewn. So, in the center part, I do want to get it put down good. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out a little bit this time. I didn't do that on the front because I didn't want it to get all wonky. I don't want it wonky in here either, but you know, I should have cut that with the pinking shears too. Probably. Hold on, I'll grab the scissors. Scissors was kind of a tongue twister. I was thinking, oh no, I didn't say a bad word. And she's cussing on YouTube. Okay, I like that better, even though it's a little crookedy. It's okay. It's okay, but I'm going to fix it. The book's going to be in there, but this will allow me to glue this down good. And it gives it just a little bit of character. Okay, well, of course I cut it off right there. Look at that. That wasn't very smart. Oh my gosh. Get that extra glue up right there because I don't want it on my mat. Where's that little mat? Here it is. Okay. Fall going into winter. Yep, that's what it is. Feels kind of wintry outside. Getting snow up in the Cascades. I'm sure people are just like, ooh, skiing weather. I'm not a skier. Would be fun to try. I'm afraid, but I would like to try it. What if I liked it? Then it would cost money. Best for me is not to try it. Don't want to spend my crafting money on skis. Not that I have that much money to spend on my craft. Okay, look at that. Oh, yes. This is going to be very nice. Now, let's go around here. Go ahead and trim that one. Okay. Let's trim this one. Okay. Now let's flip it over and we're going to trim this. Oh, these scissors. Man, they always hurt, don't they? They do me. I don't know if they're supposed to, but it always kills my knuckles. Let's see. Oh, that looks nice. Yes, I like it. I do. I do. Timmy and Lassie would love it too. Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, we have to sew this part and this part. Okay, so do I bring my sewing machine over? No, not yet. I'm going to clean up here after I sew this, or after we talk about what's coming tomorrow. So just give me a moment and I will go ahead and sew this and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the machine had a really hard time with this. Let's see. Not on this side. Well, you can see where it... Sorry, bumped the microphone. You can see where it knotted up a couple times. And then, let's see. Somewhere here, it totally missed sewing. Oh, I guess it's... Well, down in here. Anyway, it did not like sewing through the thickness of the paper, the Tyvek, the fabric, and the wool. It was too much for it. I made it do it, and we got done. Oh, right here. I didn't always get it lined back up, so I have a couple places where there's no stitches. But, you know, that's okay. I'm not really concerned about that. This can take some ruffle or, I don't know, you know, whatever. Whatever we want to put there, we can put there. So, the next thing we need to do is go ahead and install our eyelet. But we're not going to do that right now. We'll do that when I come back with the next time. So let me show you what I have here. I have remember I did these as on the craft paper, and I cut them in half and made them fit the craft paper front and back, but not down the center. And then I have a coffee dyed and a straw paper and a coffee dye, and then another craft paper with a decorated paper on it. So that is how I went through the whole journal, and I did sew around every one of these. Wow, that took a while. So we need to think about whether or not we want to put anything else in here that is paper that will go through the spine, because we're going to sew it in next time and get that eyelet put in. So you can kind of see what it looks like. It went through a lot of thread. I was really surprised at that. But well, I don't know why it should be. I mean, it just really did. So, well, that one needs to be trimmed down a little bit. Let's take care of that right now. I've been through this book before, but I'm just going to trim it by eye here. Look at that. I'm getting better every day. And that side's okay. I did have to trim them off a little closer than I wanted to on some of them as they got towards the center, because you wouldn't think it would matter with thread, but the more and more I sewed on these, the more they started pushing out again. And that kind of surprised me. I did not think that would happen, but it does. So you have to consider that. So anyway, there we are. So when we come back next time, this will get sewn into our signature. Oh boy, look at that. Oh, you guys. Oh, it feels so nice. Yeah. It's going to be perfect. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. It's so exciting when everything starts coming out right. Anyway, eyelet and sewing it into this. I would love to put buttons on here in the sewing it in. Now I don't know whether to do that beforehand and then or after, before or after I sew it in. Probably after, and do some false stitches in there, you know. That way it's not right in the spine. But I don't know. I mean, we've got some great buttons here. That one, little big, but look at these. We have some wonderful buttons. We have oranges and browns and greens and reds. But I just think they would look so cute along here. Now, saying that and doing that are two different things, because once these are sewn on, we have to put up with it while we're working on our journal. So that is something that we need to consider. Do we want to do that? It wouldn't bother me, I don't think. I might have to go find some more orange and green and red. I have lots of buttons. Not hurting for buttons around this joint. Whoops. Anyway, you can kind of see what I'm thinking. It would be really nice to have buttons down the spine. And I plan on stitching them in with, not into the spine, but yes, into the spine, but stitching them in, stitching the buttons together. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. Oh, there's a yellow one. Look at that. So pretty. And here's a bright yellow one. Ooh, leafy, leafy. Some green. Little baby green. Yeah, see? We can do all kinds of fun things. Anyway, that's my thought, is that we're going to sew buttons on it. So, I better watch a video on that, so I know how. Oh, here's the readies. Here's the ready ones. Yay, that would be enough, I think. 4 or 5 of them, yeah. I think so. I just lost a button on the floor. Hope my dog doesn't find it. Okay, well, when we come back next time, we've got work to do, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.